was actually gonna upload Minecraft today. One of the top comments said something along the lines of doing Minecraft hardcore survival. I don't really know how long those games play out. I'm assuming like if you save it and shit, you can just try to stay alive for days upon days upon days, but I have no idea what I'm doing. So that was the plan today, but Alexis had to go and get some dental work done. So I've been reading my comment section a lot more, and people have been telling me to show my animals more and more. So right now we got Ari in the room because hop up. You know what's really ironic about this whole free DLC thing that they have going on at the moment, where everybody's just getting spammed with all these DLC maps? What's funny about this whole thing is almost always people try to vote to go random in hopes of not getting a DLC map. I don't know what it is with Call of Duty, but Call of Duty notoriously has almost never, and I mean never, created good DLC maps. Sure, this might be more, maybe less, but say they release 50 maps, I'd argue that it maybe 5 of them were actually good. Grind is definitely up there. Given it's in Black Ops 4, so that's probably the only reason why I even remember it to begin with, but past that, like, Call of Duty just does not do good with these DLC maps. I don't know what it is, but they've never been good at it. The DLC and post-release updates and shit like that for Call of Duty, we already know how that's going. And it's pretty obvious so far at this point. Dude, okay, so it always tired me. I always got, like, super annoyed whenever I heard all these constant talks talking about how Call of Duty is greedy and Activision is this and Treyarch is that and Sledgehammer is this. I always got really sick and tired of, like, hearing all of the things about, like, the business side of shit, because it's honestly, it's just kind of a boring topic, really. It's exhausting to hear about because we've heard about it for so long, and at this point, we just know, like, shit ain't really gonna change. You know, one great thing that we can look forward to... Oh! I almost stole that shit from him! I want to see what I was about to steal from this guy. How... Oh my... I'm standing in front of it! I hate myself.
Jeff, can I call you my dad?
Okay, I thought he'd be mad at me. Yeah, sure, man. Go ahead. Call me whatever you want. So, some news dropped today. Some great news. News that we can all follow. We ended up getting some information today that over at E3, the E3 award for best game is Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I don't know why I keep calling it Game of the Year. It's best multiplayer. I'm pissing myself off. I'm realizing it now that I'm editing, and I just want to knock myself out. We haven't even seen any gameplay yet, like actual gameplay behind, like a first-person shot, besides maybe one of the scenes from the trailer, maybe. And this game has already won. I can't believe how amazing it is. Now, trust me, I'm not trying to downplay this shit, but this whole award thing, we all kind of know that these awards for a lot of these shows kind of mean next to nothing for at least unreleased games anyway, because most of the replies are saying something along the lines of, yeah, no, we are the real critics. The players are the real critics. We're the ones that keep these games alive or dead. It's one or the other. We got a gun or we got a fucking kiss. We're obviously ultimately the ones that choose whether or not this game lives or dies. All of them. One thing to note also, just because a game is bad doesn't necessarily mean it'll die either. A lot of it really has to do with like just the fun factor, honestly. I don't really want to like name names or anything like that, but there are just clearly very unbalanced and just like stupid overall games that live just simply because they're fun. A lot of people talk about balance being the factor that decides whether or not a game is gonna be good or bad, but I feel like the fun factor is a little bit more important. A lot of people will definitely just go and say, you know, if the game is balanced, it's definitely more fun than an unbalanced game. Listen, I'm just saying Modern Warfare 2 wouldn't have been Modern Warfare 2 without all the one-man army and all that other broken shit. How it's possible that a game possibly wins Game of the Year without even showing any gameplay to the actual general public is just so weird. That shit just doesn't make any sense at all. I'm aware that there's private screenings and stuff, but who actually saw it? Not us! I mean, what? Not us! It's like walking into the classroom and before you even introduce yourself to everybody else, you immediately go over there and ask why the fuck you haven't married me yet. I mean, there are some people out there with that kind of confidence, but it's not very smart. Usually, you have to be able to critique an entire game as a whole, including a community. Usually, you want to get to know somebody before you give them that kind of title. Otherwise, that's how you end up waking up in the morning one day with TSA at your doorstep. All of your credit cards maxed out, your back room has been completely cleared out of all belongings, and you can't find any of your prescription medication. It's just stupid to let them in that deep that early. It's just stupid. Now, the difference is between actual relationships and just a video game is that video games we can choose and just look at from the outside like, is this a good or bad investment here? Black Ops 4 at this point is looking like, oh, well, we already know that they're trying to suck every single little bit they possibly can out of this thing before they completely abandon it. And I mean, honestly, I don't even think any of us are expecting them to support this game at this point. With us knowing that they're gonna be doing Black Ops 5 and shit, we already know. That's like David dating somebody that's dating somebody else, and you're like, yeah, probably not gonna marry you, but you can stick around if you want. That's what Black Ops 4 is to Black Ops 5 at this point. And that's not even minding Modern Warfare. It's this weird, fucked up love triangle that goes on with these 3 games because of the weird development cycle, and we can't really choose. We try to stay married to one, and then another one shows up, and it's like, every year, it's like we have to learn this lesson. Or at least, when we know this lesson, we just repeatedly fuck it up. Wow, I never realized how abusive this relationship actually was with Call of Duty. That's fucked up. I don't know, man. It seems like dating Call of Duty is like dating a gold digger. It's like you go into the whole thing thinking like, okay, you can't possibly be nearly as bad as the last one. It's such a fucked up cycle, honestly. We should honestly be doing social experiments for just how fucked up our mentals are at this point, just from... Jokes aside, honestly, I'd like a mental evaluation. True life, I'm a Call of Duty content creator. It wasn't always this way. It was like this whole article detailing about how fucked up the whole development cycle for Black Ops 4 is, I guess, to like try to give them some sort of excuse. And I mean, yeah, the whole thing is fucked up and everything, but it's just, we're the ones that end up actually being shafted in the end here, so. There were other games there that had to compete with them, I guess, so I mean, that's some good signs. I'm hearing good things about the game, but whether the game looks great, feels great, sounds great, it has controversial things in it or not, I mean, if it's just not fun, it doesn't fucking matter. Let's make a rule. Game of the year can only be done if we can guarantee this game can even survive a year. How about that? I don't know, man. This shit is fucked up.